Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday, October 25th. And we are in a very picturesque Menards parking lot in Sullivan, Missouri. And we are just now starting to get on with our day. It's a little bit after 8 in the morning, and yeah, a little bit late for a start. I had a 12-hour break. But there's a method to my madness in that my pickup, I can't get there before 8 anyway. So, and it's literally right down the road. So we're gonna pull out, make a right turn or a left turn onto the main drag, and it's a couple miles up the road. So yesterday we made it all the way to here and got offloaded, and then I came over here and shut down and parked. Had a nice quiet evening here, nice level pavement, nobody to disturb me, and yeah, woke up to this lovely gray rainy day, and it's not raining at the moment, but it sure does look like it's going to start again. And boy, these are just the mornings where you just do not want to get out of bed. Maybe it's still just the lingering effects of being sick, but oh my god, I had to hold myself at gunpoint practically to get my ass up. So 2 cups of coffee later, I'm somewhat coherent, and good lord, I'm just wiped out. But yesterday was another 551 miles, so you know, that's two days in a row over 500. You know, so that's doing pretty good as far as miles are concerned. And considering that they're, you know, yesterday was a live offload here, so, and you know that live loads and live offloads always eat up some of your clock, so, and a lot of times a significant part of your clock, so that prohibits you from making high miles within that allotted time. Today is going to be probably a pretty easy day. This is a brokered load, so the place I'm going to down the road is, I'm going to say unfortunately, but I don't know that yet, so I'm going to hold off comment. But it's a paper place, and anybody that drives knows that paper places, you know, some of them are pretty cool, but a lot of them are just an absolute freaking nightmare. They are just absolute messes as far as their lots and, you know, standing water, and you know, a lot of time, most of the time, it has something to do with recycled paper, and that's great. You know, all for it, for, you know, the environment and all that, not cutting all the trees down when you don't need to. The drawback, though, is that in all of that wonderful green happiness, the actual plants that do that stuff, they're getting in all of this paper that was sorted out in garbage processing facilities. And where do you think that paper's been sitting? Well, it's been sitting in and amongst garbage. And what's in that garbage? Oh, cauliflower, you know, molding carrots, spoiled milk, you name it, it's in there. So those places usually reek to high heaven. They're like a garbage landfill, essentially, as far as the smell is concerned, because, you know, they're getting all of that raw product in. And then, of course, they're, you know, going through their whole process of, you know, sorting and shredding and boiling and, you know, doing all of that stuff. And out the other end comes clean paper. So, you know, all in all, it's a great thing. All for it, 100%. But as a truck driver, yeah, it can be a little sloppy and messy and get all over your shoes, and then you drape it into the truck, and oh, God, it can be a real mess. So hopefully this place isn't too bad. We're going to pick that load up, and then it is running to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. But not to Menards. It's going to a paper, Cascade Paper in Eau Claire. So that should also be another adventure. Haven't been to either of these places. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter mile day. It's 400-something miles, something like that, and that's fine. And I can't deliver it before 6 a.m. tomorrow. And that's okay. You know, is it ideal as far as, you know, running and making money? No, it isn't. But, you know, I'm still not feeling 100%, and I don't mind. You know, it's like, it'll get me back up to Eau Claire. It'll give me a nice, easy day today where I don't have to run like an insane madman. I can stop for a shower, you know, do all that kind of stuff, be a little bit human, and then deliver it tomorrow, and then be set up to grab another load out of the Menards DC tomorrow. So that is a great thing. So we are all set to roll, and the truck is going. I'm in gear. My brakes aren't pulled anymore. Why are we sitting here? Okay, it's okay. We're moving now. So we're gonna get on our way. We're gonna snake and meander our way out of this Menards store location, and we're gonna go find us some paper. So let's see what we stumble into today. I'll flip it all back on once we get there.
Then take the second left. In 1/4 mile, arrive at 3327 Terminal Avenue, Springfield, Illinois, 62707, on the right.
What a lovely part of Springfield this is.
After 600 feet, make your stopover.
Let's see where this place is and how to get in. Again, I've never been here, and anybody's guess.
27 Terminal Avenue, Springfield, Illinois, 62707, on the right.
After a 1/4 of a mile, turn left onto Bissell Road.
Well, no idea. Let's just pull over here and we will try and find out where the hell we need to go. When in doubt, don't commit yourself to turning in somewhere until you know for sure that that's a good place to turn. Save yourself a whole bunch of headaches. So we will just pull ourselves here and find out where the hell we're supposed to go.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, this is one of those fun places. All right, super nice lady. Yeah, this is one of those places that's like, you know, a third world nation. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I gotta come up here and use this lot, hopefully, to spin around and approach from the other direction.
Turn left on Bissell Road.
And let's see if I can get in here. Let's just see. Yeah. We'll come on in here and spin it around. And then we're gonna have to back our way in, very narrow little place, and then back all the way to a scale, back onto the scale, which is something you never really want to do, but if you have no choice, you got no choice, so you just got to be super careful because scales are generally very narrow. They leave you about an inch of room on either side of your tires, so you got to be dead on or you're going to bust a scale, so you got to be super careful. So we're going to do that, and then once they scale the trailer to find out what it weighs empty, then we get ourselves backed in on their dock. They load us up full of recycled paper, just as I thought. And then once the trailer's full, we weigh it again because it's sold by weight. And then they know what the trailer weighed before. They know what the loaded trailer weighs. They subtract out the trailer and they know how much product is in there. So that's the whole process. And first I just needed to spin the truck around, and now I got to go back in because I was waiting on a pickup number. The one I had wasn't right. And I just saw my dispatcher sent that through, so now we have that. So we'll go in and see the nice lady there again and get the party started. So I'm going to take you with me so you guys can see some of these wild places these exciting, extravagant, glamorous places that we truck drivers get to go. I tell you what, they don't pay us enough. Oh, it's all good.
Many minutes later.
Okay, we are next. As our other truck is clearing the dock. I'm gonna back up just a tad. I want to swing over to the other side of the street to back in. Just wait for this bus to get out of here. All right. Here we go. All right, I can already tell it's time to put the inner axle lock on. Always a good idea when you're coming into a place that's slippery as hell.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on North Dirksen Parkway, then turn right.
This one we're going to want to hug the left side so we can crank in the right side. Well, you get what I mean. And away we go. Check that ground. Make sure we're not going into a ditch. Now we can start swinging her straight. This is said scale I was talking about. Yeah, this is called precision driving. Nice and slow. Never let anything like this intimidate you. Because there's a way to do it, you just gotta go slow and figure out how. So, step one accomplished. And now we get to go put ourselves on the dock. And then we get loaded and repeat this step. So, that is paper. That's what you do when you get haul paper. I have to say though, this is one of the tighter spots that I've ever done this in, and that's okay. Because we're good, right? We know what we're doing. Of course, just having said that, now I'm going to completely screw up getting on the dock. This one's a blind side, so this should be fun. Slow and steady.
After a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Basil Road.
Clear that garbage to my right. Don't want to run over that, even though it's just corrugated steel and aluminum. Probably wouldn't do anything. I don't want to take a risk to the tires. They're brand new. I really don't want to pop them. But I highly doubt that would do anything. These tires are pretty damn thick. Crank this fucker over at the very last minute. Well, we made it out of our paper facility unscathed. Very nice people there. But as you can see, those paper places are quite a trip. Everyone's a very unique experience, and many of them are very tight like that. So, yeah, fun stuff. For me, it's fun because it's precision driving, and I like that. So, anyhow, we are on I-55. Driving north, and off to our right hand side, that little stretch of asphalt right there, that little 2-lane, 1 lane in each direction, going along the railroad tracks, that is the old Route 66. And I know I've pointed it out before, but I just love the fact that there's a major piece of American history that still exists right there. It's like a little time capsule, a very long time capsule, but a time capsule nonetheless. And every time I drive here, I think about that road was the road going from Chicago and the Midwest to the West Coast of the United States. So Chicago to California, that was the road off there where that little white pickup truck is pulling that trailer there off on our right. That little one lane in each direction road, that was the main superhighway. Chicago to, I think it was San Diego, not LA. I could be wrong on that, but I'll correct myself on the video later in editing if I'm wrong. But I think it terminated in San Diego. But yeah, I always think it's an interesting thing as I'm driving along and I'm seeing that on the right or left, depending on which direction I'm heading on I-55, and then I'm seeing I-55, which is 3 lanes in each direction, and these huge, beautiful overpasses, and I mean the growth in such a relatively short time frame, because the 1950s and 1960s, that wasn't that terribly long ago. I mean, I was born in 1966, and I'll have to check the history of I-55. But I think I-55 came into existence somewhere in the 60s, if I remember correctly, maybe early 60s. And it was built basically alongside of Route 66. And then, as is the case in many spots of the country where Route 66 went through, in some places they built the new highways to replace it. Right next to it, basically, in parallel. And then in various places, they decided to route it in a different way, maybe route it around certain towns with the planning idea that, they don't want a major interstate highway going through any town if they can avoid it, because that's, basically you're going to need traffic lights and all that stuff, and that defeats the purpose of an interstate, right? An interstate's supposed to be wide open, never hitting a traffic light. So they had to bypass a lot of towns, and a lot of those towns, basically their entire economy and their entire reason for being practically was the fact that Route 66 ran right through the middle of them. So of course when they built all the interstate highways, a lot of those, especially out west, a lot of those towns basically turned into ghost towns. So very interesting history, and I always love the juxtaposition of the modern highway right next to the original highway, as they called it, the Mother Road. And it's not that terribly long ago where that was the main highway. I like in my parents' time, that was the main highway. So I think that's really interesting every time I drive here. Anyway, I will stop babbling. We are just passing through Lincoln, Illinois, and we are heading up to Eau Claire, and hopefully it'll be just smooth sailing and nice, uneventful cruise. Well, what a lovely day in the neighborhood it is turning out to be. Oh my God, yeah, so this is lovely. It's been like this, so I don't know, the last couple hours. It will probably be like this all the way up to Wisconsin, but hey, it's all right. You need gray days to appreciate the sunny ones, right? There you go. Has anybody vomited yet with all my positivity? I think they may have. Anyway, I'm in a good mood now because I stopped at one of my favorite joints, the little Pilot, which is way too small, which I think they have the capability of expanding, and hopefully they'll do that one day, but for now it's too small, but it's still something very familiar, the Pilot in Rochelle, and I knew they would have a shower, at least one available for me midday, which they did, and they have some of the best showers around. They are the huge ones, and they've got incredibly strong water pressure, and I just love it. So I just stood there for, I don't know, half an hour just baking in hot water, blasting on me. And I think there's probably not very many things in the world of trucking that truck drivers appreciate more than being able to stand in a nice hot shower after not having had time to stop for a shower for 2 or 3 days. And man, does that feel good. So I'm all squeaky clean. I smell good again. I'm awake, at least for now. And we continue on. I also got some fuel. And so we're all full and heading on up to Eau Claire. Well, since we're making pretty good time, we are on I-90, I-39, I-94, all of that combination heading north and west. And we are just about to arrive at the Poinet rest area, one of my favorites. And I decided that, hey, since we're a little, maybe about 2.5 hours away from the Eau Claire area, and I have 6+ hours left on my clock, which leaves me more than 4 hours of kind of dead air time to do nothing with. And since I know of several places in Eau Claire that I can park no matter how late I get there, and since I can't deliver this load until a firm appointment time at 6 a.m. tomorrow, all those little factors combined, plus I'm still kind of getting over being sick and I'm still a little bit out of it. So I thought, you know what? This is such a beautiful rest area and it's kind of a grayish day and I'm getting kind of sleepy. So I'm going to pull in to good old Poinet rest area and I'm going to take me a nice solid nap. That's right. I am going to nap my ass off. That's right. Look at all of this foliage turning colors. My God, is that beautiful. Man, I tell you what, Wisconsin in autumn. There are few places around that are as breathtaking in fall as the changing colors in the state of Wisconsin, and especially as you get farther northwest. It's just unreal how beautiful it is. So yeah, this space looks good. I think we'll take this one. What do you think? Should I take another one? Nah, I'll take this one. Yeah, all right, we're gonna pull it in one shot, not like the rookie that just pulled in next to us all in a huff. We're gonna do that pull forward and screw it all up and go backwards. No sir, not when you're a super trucker. That's right, I was born with an S on my chest. Anyway, as you can see, I'm punchy, I need a nap. So it's time to get my binky and my blankie and take a little nap.